Honey, the weirdos are back on.
Anything but them.
Oh, God.
Oh.
You know, we talked about sharing stupid crap, but is there a way to share screen on this version? Or do you have to do the Hangouts?
You have to do Hangouts. So I think it's just going to be a little sit-down chat.
A fireside chat.
A fireside chat. Good evening, Americans.
I love this light effect we have on your face.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Is it this window?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
actually don't think I could change it. I think
it's not going to change it. Just go ahead and move the house.
Oh, the whole house.
Pick up the house and rotate it a little bit. And that'll be it. So we'll go with that.
Yeah. Here, we'll lower it down.
Yeah.
Gotta have the HD Pro webcam.
Yeah.
You know, what's funny is it looks really good right now on the screen and through the camera, but I feel like it never is as high quality in the playback.
Maybe. I guess it depends on.
Not that I spend a lot of time sitting there watching us.
Yeah, I have a problem with watching myself. Just sitting there.
And mirrors as well.
Yeah, which is upsetting. Stop doing that. I guess it's trying to do that so it looks a little more comfortable.
What does?
When you're looking at it, it's.
Or maybe it's the direct stream.
Doubtful. I mean, it's going to take an image of what it sees.
I think it's just we don't have enough, subscribers for them to give us the full quality.
That explains it. That's what's going to happen next. YouTube is going to start intentionally fucking with videos of people who don't have enough subscribers.
Yeah, or believe the wrong things.
I just go by the subscriber count because it's like, oh, you don't have high enough subscriber count? Well, we're going to stop you from using text posts for community posts. We're going to stop you from doing polls, and we're going to remove the audio from every fourth video. Because fuck you.
Can I download
YouTube.
it? Can I download it to fix it? Absolutely not.
If you do, we're just going to install a worm on your computer.
Oh, great. Scooch over a little bit. You'd never know it from this show, but I am kind of a stickler for camera stuff. How's it going, eh?
It's going good, eh?
Yeah, it's going real good. Yeah. You joined a hierarchical structure of lobsters lately?
God. Anyway, I'm sure that everybody's wondering, like, when's the next episode of Pink Eyes, you schmucks? And the answer is soon.
Yeah, because this schmuck didn't finish his reading.
Shame.
Actually, I've been working on something else with Pink Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that you're here today, because maybe we can work on that together.
Yay!
So that'll be some Foally content other than just us, sitting around watching stupid videos on YouTube.
Yucking it up.
That's what we really need, is a reacts video.
Yep.
Foally of Man reacts. Hey, look at this pony get hit in the crotch. She doesn't have testicles, so they feel nothing.
I'd say what it's called, but that's probably inappropriate for YouTube.
I mean, you have to be monetized to be demonetized, so that's actually kind of freeing. You have to make money to have money for them to take away.
I'm too poor for you to steal from.
Well, it's like I would never hesitate to use any music in this, because it's like we don't do ads.
Yeah, I mean, until somebody actually does a full DMCA takedown, at which point there's not many people who actually go that far for demonetized videos. The only people I know of who would do it are Nintendo and Sega.
Yeah, which are basically.
What is it with Japanese companies and hating fans, or at least fan work?
How dare you have individuality? We don't believe in individuality. Buy our products, all of you at the same time.
Yes.
But which is so funny, because that's also the culture that gave you RPGs where you could dress like an idiot.
Yeah.
But look, I want to wear this. I think it was Pro ZD that did this in one of his videos, where it's like cutscenes that allow you to wear your jank ass outfit.
Yeah, cutscenes that use your So
like you got sunglasses on and a knit cap while you're watching your grandfather die.
Yeah, they also did that thing. JRPGs are also to blame for
your mother's eyes.
Inconsistent armor sets, where it's like you're wearing 15 different types of armors. Not to say Oblivion didn't have it, because Oblivion totally had it.
Right, but there was no buff for having all the same armor set.
Yeah.
Now I will say, Breath of the Wild.
Why did 666 said something?
says evening.
Evening.
Afternoon, but I suppose maybe evening for you.
Yeah, maybe.
God, I look tired as shit.
Probably because you are.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've had a long couple of weeks.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of been the order of this show for a while. That's what people love. Inconsistency. We're like the diarrhea of YouTubers. We're just loose.
Well, I think it would imply that we actually have...
It'd probably be better if we had more substance, some fiber to it.
Well, I was going to say it's probably better because if you had any kind of like runny... Like, you don't get anything and you get a whole bunch all at once.
Yeah.
Machinima.
Yeah, right.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Nothing and then everything at the same time.
Yes. Which I'm sure you heard about. Machinima died.
I did not hear about that.
Yep, Machinima died.
We don't travel in the same internet circles.
Yeah. So, like, Machinima's YouTube page completely destroyed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm sure there's...
bought. You know, it's funny. There's a bunch of YouTubers who've been shutting up shop recently. The two best friends play are done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, done.
Yeah.
They even made this like really uncomfortable video, and I think they were trying to make it not uncomfortable, but it was really uncomfortable. I was like, "Oh, cool, a new best friends play thing." And it's
because Wooly whips his dick out and starts doing helicopter dick.
Yeah, helicopter dick. Great, yeah. Honestly, I feel like with that situation, it probably is Wooly being more part of a show that drove Matt and Pat apart.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, maybe,
but also they've been playing games together for 10 years.
Yeah, they kind of need to grow up.
Same shit.
Insert clip of that one guy, that one Twitch streamer who acts as Goku, saying, "Man, I just feel like I wake up and do the exact same thing every day. It's like I don't change." It's like, yeah, welcome to it.
Well, the funny thing is that, okay, so for some YouTubers, it's a viable career option in the short term, but I don't know anybody long term who does it, and then you see them struggle to turn it into something else. Traditional media doesn't know what to do with you.
K-Cat says hello. Oh,
hey, K-Cat.
Yeah,
did I tell you she sent me a death threat 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, she was like, "Hey, you're dead to me. I'm gonna hunt you down."
Just sent you a picture of like a mutilated muskrat with your username on
it was Pinkie Pie, a GIF going like slow motion, like. Jesus.
Yeah, no, that's because usually people attach themselves to any kind of popularity train or it fits in.
God, where do we buy tickets for that? The popularity train.
Well, you also have to sell your soul. That's half the problem.
No.
That's why all these people can't stick with it for a long time, because the second you sell your soul and you just can't come back.
In the words of the prophet James Brown, I got soul and I'm super bad.
Or super fly.
I gotta jump back and catch myself.
Huh.
Yeah, huh. Yes. I do believe that's in the scripture.
Mm-hmm.
And so, wait. Crisco for the next 1,000 years. Well, I mean, that's the great thing is like we don't make money off of this.
Yeah.
So there's like our incentive is that, we enjoy doing it and you enjoy
the attention
yucking around with us. Well, yeah, really we were really neglected as children. So any positive reinforcement whatsoever.
I just need my painting on the goddamn wall. Just put my hand drawing on the goddamn refrigerator, mommy.
Our mug style mason jars. And these are real mason jars. Well, ball jars. It's the same concept.
Well, technically ball is mason.
Right? Is it? Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ball's a style of jar made by Mason. However, I don't think these are actually the ball jars. I think these are actually just like mock-ups intentionally made for
it says ball on it. No, I mean you can can in these. I don't know why you'd can something, well, not can, but I don't know why you'd put something in a jar that has a handle on it, but
it's so that you can very easily drink your green beans.
But yeah, we are. So if you have any prototypical ideas of what Southerners do, it is a Sunday afternoon. We've had chicken biscuits for lunch, and we are drinking sweet tea.
Yeah.
So some stereotypes just play themselves out. I suppose we could be shirtless, wearing overalls, picking our teeth out with with chicken bones, and about to sup on some watermelons.
Oh, I haven't worked today, so I can't do that. That's what you do after a long day of field work.
That's right. Cool off with a little watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny. I never liked watermelon. I just don't much care for it. It's like sugary styrofoam.
It's not even sugary though. It's just like watery stuff.
It is pretty watery. But
Yeah.
I know people who like just explode when there's watermelon available.
If it's really hot outside, it's great.
Sure, especially if it's fresh out of the icebox.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, I imagine if it's just been somewhere cool and you just open it up and you're really hot.
Well, you know
it's
what we used to
amazing,
you know what we used to do is we used to stick them in the creek. You know?
Yeah.
You know, you'd put it in a cold water source, especially up in Asheville, up in the mountains. You put it in a cold water source and it would stay cold, and then you just drag the thing out and slice it up.
Mhm.
It'd be fine. K-Cat apparently agrees with me. Yeah, I mean, like, if I have to eat it, I will, but I never seek it out. Yeah, and the seeds. The other thing I find is like so Cookout. Cookout is a fast food chain in our area. It's kind of big. Like, I don't think it's out west, but it's definitely around most of the country. And people go nuts in the summertime for their watermelon milkshakes, which to me sounds disgusting. Like they grind up watermelon with milk and vanilla ice cream, and that's just gross.
Sounds like watery vanilla ice cream with seeds in it.
Right. Why would you whip any more water into it, like in a milkshake?
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no, I like the seedless watermelons where the seeds are just smaller and more annoying. You can't avoid them because you can't see them.
That's right. You just have to eat them. Well, it's like a fig. Can you imagine trying to have a seedless fig?
Ugh.
A fig is all seeds. I was reminded of that. I was in a vestry meeting on Tuesday night. So this is like the first like real big grown-up church meeting that I'm a part of. And all I had for a snack was a bag of figs. And so the problem is like, you don't think of a fig as a loud snack, but in a quiet room, when you're grinding 1,000 fig seeds between your teeth, you're like, I was like, everybody can hear me. Everybody can hear me.
Yeah, my grandparents used to have a grapevine with grapes on it.
Yeah. You remember what kind of grapes?
They were they were
Why did 666? The deli section, also known as the meat candy aisle.
no, what is the Concord, I think it was. I think it was
Concord.
actually Concord.
Yeah, okay, so
And
like what you make.
Concord are traditionally seeded.
Jelly. Yeah.
They're not seedless.
Yeah.
And
They've got big seeds.
They got big seeds, and I hated them as a child because I was like, I just want to bite into it, and every time I do, it hurts.
Right. Well, the thing is, too, we get spoiled by the seedless grapes, the eating grapes that we have these days.
Which, let's be honest, if you've ever had both, they're not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Concord grapes, oh, they're great.
Yeah, they are good, but it's just like scuppernongs and stuff. They're really sweet, but they have kind of a natural musty sweetness to them from the yeast that exists on the skin.
Yeah,
and it's a thick skin, like it's a jellied center and a thick skin.
Yeah, it's weird if you go from like grocery store grapes.
All right, we need to catch up on a couple. Hey, Moonblaze. Hey, why did 666? Hey, Last Place. Hey, Chaotic Babies, and of course, hello again, K-Cat.
Because the texture is different from Concord grapes. Concord grapes are very jelly.
They're more of a wine grape.
Yeah.
Now, not that you should drink Concord grape wine unless you're using it for sacrament on the Sabbath. for Shabbat.
Seedless grapes are the best. Sour too.
I do like green seedless grapes. I'm a sucker for them when they're really cold and they're nice and tart.
Yeah.
When the mutton's real lean.
Oh yeah. Actually, that was the funny thing because you remember that from when I was sick.
Oh yeah.
I just craved grapes for some reason. My body was like, grapes.
Yeah. Well, and it was like, didn't I go buy like pounds of grapes?
You bought like a 2-pound bag.
Oh, and you ate all of them.
And I ate the entire 2-pound bag.
And then you're like,
I couldn't stop. And I was like, are there any more?
Then you're like, I don't feel so good because you shouldn't eat 2 pounds of grapes.
Let's be honest, though, I wasn't good for the sickness. However,
I know that y'all are probably bummed that we're not talking about Pinkie Pie today. But come on, let's be honest. This is
Pink eyes.
Sorry, pink eyes. This is way more fun, right?
Now, we will have to get a pink eyes next week.
Do we want to talk any more about what we're planning on doing, or do you just want it to be a surprise?
We might as well say.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. You've been the one doing the most of the recording so far, and you were the one who posed it to me.
I did. So Chris and I are going to be doing an audiobook version for Pink Eyes with the voices and such. So, Moonblaze says there better still be a pony pun of the week. I'll work on it. I usually can come up with one of those as we're going. But yeah, we're going to do an audiobook version of Pink Eyes.
Yeah.
There's already a great audiobook of Foally Equestria. There's no reason to do that again. You're not going to improve on it.
Somebody was trying to do a professional version, but I've heard hide nor hear of that. And it kind of was brought up by a group of individuals nobody heard of. And there was a Kickstarter for it. And everybody's like, we'll see.
But I think for the time being, what we'll do is as we make them, we'll just publish them to the YouTube channel for the time being. So who's going to be the voice of Puppy Smiles? So that's an interesting question.
We haven't really nailed down who's doing what voice yet. We're trying
I've
to
talked
do
about
it.
trying to get Bree to do it, but that's a bigger time commitment.
Oh yeah,
since Puppy Smiles should kind of be a feminine voice.
Oh yeah,
there's things we can do to make our voices more feminine. Audio adjustments, but then you'll very obviously hear, you know what I mean? It may just be us putting an affectation on.
Yeah.
I think we've settled on though that I'm going to do the narration.
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a handful of recordings just from Robert trying out different lines to see how it sounds, but we don't even have a chapter yet. So no telling on when or how that's going to happen.
The stuff I like doing the most are the radio voices.
The
radio voices, yeah. Yeah, to do Puppy Smiles, it'd be great if we could have a voice like Tara Strong. Isn't she the one who does Pinkie Pie?
No.
Who does Pinkie Pie?
That is, I'm going to completely sound like an idiot if I get this wrong. Andrea Libman?
Okay.
Andrea Libman, I think. Oh, a thing popped.
Okay, so this is from the tabletop.
Yeah.
That we didn't think was happening because nobody was responding, and even the one who did is 30 minutes late.
Yeah, which is another thing. It's just a time commitment getting everybody together, which unfortunately it happens. It's life throwing every single which way. I blame myself mostly for it because I'm the one that has the worst schedule.
I blame you too.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to know. I'm not cutting you any slack. K-Cat says Chris as Henrietta.
Oh, that would be great. He hasn't met Henrietta yet.
No.
It's not turkey. I'm not a turkey.
Jesus. It's actually something K-Cat and I were talking about earlier. This was it. I think it was a week and a half ago or last week. K-Cat hit me up on Steam, and we were talking about who we would be, who our characters would be in Fallout Equestria.
Yeah.
And I said, I'd love to be Apple Snack, but I know that I'm Calamity. And I came up with who I think you would be in that story.
Who's that?
Watcher.
Ah.
I think you would be Watcher in that story. Good with tech, prefer to watch from afar. Still deeply involved, but kind of like a Vulcan. You can't get involved because of how deeply you feel things.
/ lazy. What can you say about somebody who sleeps for 200 years? /
a 200-year-old dragon. He didn't sleep for 200 years, though.
No.
I was going to say, he just slept through the apocalypse.
If I remember correctly, the
apocalypse.
fourth episode of the show, where they actually deal with the dragon, I think it's mentioned that the dragon sleeps for 200 years, but that's hell and gone from my mind.
It's a long time for a dragon to sleep.
Yep. Well, dragons are very old.
Do they have an end to their lifespan? In D&D, it's kind of like they just exist forever.
I think they're also functionally immortal.
Yeah. Being
as long as nobody kills them, they'll live forever.
They just keep getting bigger and older and bigger.
The problem is you have I don't think it's ever established in MLP how this works. Even in the newer season, I don't think they ever delve into how dragons die. But I think it becomes a one where you get challenged. And alpha, because they have hordes.
Yeah.
And it is explained that they have hordes, and of course a younger alpha wants to take on the elder for the horde, and so they battle and will often kill the elder.
Yeah. That's rough stuff, man.
Yeah.
I guess Spike has that to look forward to in his future. A great year
chances are probably not too many dragons flying around. I think it was explained in the book that the zebras used the dragons to help with their combat. They enlisted dragons as wartime.
No. I meant kind of Spike canonically in the main show. Not Fallout Equestria. Yeah, certainly now it sounds like we've only seen 3 dragons, and 2 of the 3 are dead.
Yeah.
There was the cybernetic dragon. Then there was also
Mr. Topaz.
Mr. Topaz, yep. I don't think there were any more in Fallout Equestria. I think there was just the 3.
Nope. There was a fourth.
Oh, his mom.
Yep.
Of course. Sorry.
Mouse.
Yes, Mouse. Lion and Mouse. God damn. What? Fuck. Yes, that is where they got the eggs for the balefire.
Mm-hmm. But yes. There was some news for the Fallout Equestria game project. They did do an update because one of the lead guys had passed away a while back, and they had gone silent. And now I was like, but they've decided to scale the project back content-wise, not mechanic-wise, but content-wise. So it's going to stick mostly around Ponyville and the area around there. I'm really hoping, and if any of you are watching, I'm hoping, hint, hint, that as soon as the project is to what they deem complete, they release the source material in full. If there's no reason for them to keep it proprietary, it's not like they can
make money off it.
Make money off of it. So just release the content, and then other people can fill in the blanks.
Sure. I'm actually seeing that right now with a game. I think I told you about it. It's called Skater XL, and it's a game that's still in development, but it's open source. And so people who've bought the game are just making their own levels and making their own mods. The mod community for it is intense. I was playing around with that yesterday.
None of them have houses?
Ha ha. Ha ha. Wow. Thank you, Peter Lorre. You must despise me.
But I mean, that's actually true of many things. Once you add modding and the community support for modding, you'll actually extend the life of your game by a great deal.
That's been Bethesda's business model for years.
Well, now they're trying to make money off of it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not exactly opposed to paid mods, because effectively that's what DLC is, as far as Bethesda is concerned, because of how their engine works. You can consider all of the DLC as mods. They act and work the exact same as any modification.
Yeah.
The problem is that the price for the content given is horse armor, which everyone criticized them for. Then they're doing it again. The support for it is often lackluster. And it's not going to really give to anyone aside from Bethesda. You're not really going to be able to support anybody that isn't directly Bethesda. There's also the problem when they first came out with paid mods, which was this is going to turn into a Chinese rehash marketplace, like an app store for a phone, real damn quick. A lot of stolen assets, a lot of stolen content, and it's just going to be a fucking nightmare. So,
yeah. So it goes.
Yeah, that's actually what happened with Bethesda Net when it came to console modding, which was, I guess, the ultimate problem with console modding and playing on consoles in general and owning consoles. Don't do it.
You're helping the problem.
Bad for you.
You're helping the problem. Well, I was talking, this is months ago, but having a conversation with somebody about, oh, I really want to buy the new Xbox One Pro. And it's like, why? And it's like, because it's got 4K this and it does that and it does all these things. And it's like, yeah, but you already own the console. You know what I mean?
Proud owner of no consoles.
You already own one of the consoles. Like if somebody said when we were kids, like, hey, remember the GameCube? Now it's the GameCube Plus with slightly better graphics.
I own
the Wii U.
The only console I think I have now is a PS2. I think my N64 and a modded Xbox.
Yeah, but you don't play those.
No, they're up in a closet somewhere.
Yeah.
So I mean that's it.
I bought a Switch, but that's just because there was a lot on the Switch I really wanted to play that I couldn't play any other way.
As soon as Nintendo decides they're going to release their games on PC, that's it for their consoles. But the problem is they know that, and that's the reason they're not going to do it.
Well, they don't want to become Sega.
Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, there's that. But I mean, this was the kind of conversation I had with somebody. It's like when it comes down to PC versus console, yeah, PC can cost more, but it also allows me to pay more for a better experience. I mean,
and I will also say the games are cheaper.
Yeah, but I mean, like, look, you go out and what's the most expensive console you can buy? A water-cooled PS4 Extreme, whatever the updated edition is. And it's like, how much better is that than the regular PS4? A bit. I was like, what? How much better is a GTX 980 that I have versus a 1050 Ti? A lot.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Now, mind you, the gap closes every single generation, but it's like, I can pay more for a better experience. I can actually do that. It's possible. Of course, it also depends upon the games and developers just being shit at making video games.
You upgrade your computer to the right level, and you'll be ready to play stuff for years.
Oh yeah, I bought the GTX 980 back when it was the hottest shit, and I won't be upgrading that card for the next 4 years practically. I mean, partially because there's a stagnation in the market when it comes to that kind of thing, but also because, I mean, it's not going to push itself past 40 FPS on anything.
Yeah. It's really frustrating though when we have games that are only released on one console, not multi-platform. Or when the PC gets shirked. You know what they used to do is they'd make a PC version of things that weren't a port. They were literally like redesigns.
Yeah.
You know? Trying to think of a good example of that. James Bond Nightfire. Have you ever seen the PC version of that game?
Yes.
It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
The levels are completely different. The assets are completely different.
Yeah.
Including the story.
Well, when you have more than 64 megs of RAM to work with, suddenly you can do a lot.
Right, but it wasn't an improvement, unfortunately. It was
No.
made by another studio.
Yeah. And that's also a common thing.
There's good things on the Xbox, or like we said, the Switch, or the PlayStation things that we would enjoy playing, but don't have access to on the PC. Granted, though, we get lots of stuff that they'll never see on the consoles.
Yeah, there's a lot of games on the PC.
A lot of indie development too. Lots of like I said, the Skater XL game that I'm playing doesn't exist on the consoles.
Well, I mean, like I a long time ago, I invested in a. I say invested because you don't really buy a tech demo. You kind of invest in a tech demo because the whole point of the tech demo is to kind of support the developers. But I invested in something called BeamNG. That was at the time a soft body car physics simulation engine. I think they were trying to sell it off, the physics code, but eventually they actually released it as a game. And I got a copy of it on Steam, and it's really cool because it does whole soft body physics for all the cars, and they all act exactly how they should. And the thing drives with eerie simulation accuracy in that you turn the steering wheel too far, it loses grip, and you go straight.
Yeah,
like a real car.
Like a real car.
So
it can be frustrating at times.
Yes, but it is very realistic in that regard.
Sure.
And then there was another company that came out called Automation, where they made a car manufacturing simulation, and you can actually make the car in Automation, port it over to BeamNG, and drive a car that you made with an engine you made. It's wild, but no, you can't have that kind of open support and development on consoles, partially because there are restrictions placed on there by the console manufacturers and companies that own them that kind of say, like, you can't have this, you can't have this, you can have this, but you can't have this. Sorry, diatribe.
Yeah, there were some discussions about emulating things, and emulating is great as long as you're able to do it. There's a lot on the PC that you can't emulate.
Xbox compatibility is the best, Chaotic Baby says. Played Alan Wake, Silent Hill 2 and 3 for the first time. Played Alan Wake, I'm sorry. I really am. I hated that game. I hated it so much. It is... a lot of people liked it, and I don't understand why, because it wasn't scary, and it was so in your face with corporate advertising. Like when they get into the town on the ferry for the first time, you see that he's driving a Lincoln MKV with Microsoft Sync. And there's a scene at the very beginning when he crashes the car, and it's like the first time you have control over the character really in the environment. And you're running away from this guy in a sawmill. And you run inside a contract, like just a simple, quick building, on-site building. And the guy's taking an axe to the door, and they set up the scene to look like The Shining. And it was to hearken that scene.
Spoiler warning.
Well, this is at the very beginning of the game.
No, it's more talking about the movie. That's 40 years old.
Everybody knows the line. But he says in the game, verbosely, as narration, like Nicholson in The Shining, he was axing his way through the door. It's like, you lost it. You had an homage, you built up the homage, and then you had to take people by the collar and shake them and say, this is an homage. Don't you get it? Don't you understand? Then he reaches for the Energizer flashlight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck this. However, Silent Hill 2 is on the PC. And there's been a big revival in making mods work for it to get it to stabilize and upgrade to graphics and all this stuff. So,
but then at the end of the day, you're still, playing a Silent Hill game.
Yeah.
It's never really been my bag.
Better than Alan Wake.
No, I'm sure.
I play on Linux. I'm sorry. No. Gaming on Linux really...
So we know who the real hacker is.
Well, gaming on Linux still needs I don't want to say it needs a killer app, because that's not genuine. What it needs is more industry support for it to be viable. Mm-hmm. And I'm afraid to say it, but the Linux community has to kind of get their shit together and in this way pander to the lowest demographic, which is something they hate doing. And they hate how Microsoft panders to the lowest demographic in their operating system. And they kind of set up to where they don't want to do that. You
don't want the Monster Energy branded Xbox One Pro Elite.
I meant like Windows
420 Doritos.
I meant like the Windows operating system has a whole fuck ton of backwards compatibility and bullshit that's aimed at the Luddites who buy it for their house.
If I want to use MS Paint 99 on my Windows Vista system, that should be
You actually can. I actually did take the calculator from Windows 98 and put it onto Windows 10 machine, and it works. And it works way better than the calculator that's on Windows 10.
I use the calculator in Google when I need it. It's just easier.
Well, just typing into a browser window.
Yeah, that's what I hate. I hate typing calculator into a browser window, but it's just easier than trying to find it in my computer apps.
Window key CALC, press enter.
Because we all have that memorized.
Well, very clearly you don't use it enough. Linux runs old Windows programs better than modern Windows, like Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Yeah, Fallout 3 though. I mean,
it's funny.
Fucking.
I don't know anyone other than Linux users who are so desperately trying to make you use Linux.
Well, that's what a cult does.
Yeah, it is kind of a cult.
It's kind of a cult.
But you know what? I hate to say it. Apple does the same thing. They're like, "Oh, your Android doesn't do that, or you can't seamlessly."
I worked at some place that sold technology once for a couple of years, and we got the new Motorola Zoom, I think was the name. It was the first Android tablet that was really officially the Android tablet. And some people came in for the iPad, and I was like, well, we didn't have any in stock. And I said, well, we have the Motorola Zoom or whatever it was. And they said, no, I'm good. I don't want any viruses. And I was like, I'm dying. Well, this was back, I think this was like right before Android surpassed Apple in market share. So there were still like no viruses for Android. And I'm thinking, dear God in heaven, why are they regurgitating the same corporate bullshit?
Well, the funny thing too for Android now is like you have to download something and try and run it as an app to get a virus.
There's different ways to do
it. They're pretty stable.
Yeah. You can still get a virus if you're an idiot, but you can also get a virus on Windows if you're an idiot, and you can be pretty secure if you're not. So
the biggest thing for me is like, if they're so powerful, why can't they run more than one application at a time?
Oh, the Android system?
No. Apple.
Oh,
Android totally can.
Apple does support that sort of now. I do admit that when they first came out, they did not have
at all
multi-process anything. It was pretty much the MS-DOS with a really nice front end. And it really fucking. Oh, last place said something and then he retracted it. I feel sad now. Come back.
Didn't even see it to begin with.
Come back. Steam Play. Valve pushes Linux hard. No, I actually want gaming on Linux. Don't get me wrong. I do actually support gaming on Linux. They just need more industry support. They need more top-down support.
This is some hot.
And they're only going to get that once they have a higher market share.
This is some hot operating system talk that we have here. This is really what brings the people back, Chris.
Well, it felt a bit corny. We'll say it anyway. Come on, be a man.
We have a pony pun of the week. There's literally nothing more corny than that.
Yeah.
Old as Moses' toes and twice as corny.
Yeah. Didn't he supposes that his toes were roses? Oh, no, he supposes erroneously. That's right.
That's right. Oh, goodness gracious. I feel like I look like I'm high from looking at the screen. I'm absolutely not.
Well, it's the sun. It's because it's blinding us.
But I mean, it's just like I keep looking and it's like I look like a trash panda.
Mixing apples and corn didn't feel right.
Wow, that's your pony pun. This is a dimension where everything's on the cob.
Everything's on the cob. No, but I mean, you can talk about something. I've been talking about gaming on Linux. What do you want to talk about? Come on.
It was just an opportunity to talk trash about Apple, but it is, which I'm always happy to do. You know what system you don't want to game on?
Oh,
yeah.
Well, no, the Apple II is great.
Wow.
Apple II is great. They haven't made anything innovative since.
Chris, it just works. It just works.
In Todd we trust.
In Todd we trust. Yeah.
In Todd we trust.
Chaotic Baby says, I got a pony pun. Horse code as opposed to source code.
It actually is interesting. They would be very effective at programming. In fact, I think the ponies in My Little Pony would be more effective in programming than people are, because all of their utilities for typing have only 2 buttons. I'm not kidding. In the show, they have typewriters with 2 giant paddle buttons.
So what are they just typing in binary?
Exactly. So that's how they would be much better at programming, because they're just typing in
1 million lines of basic.
Not even basic. They're typing the damn hardware code. Yeah.
Oh God! Someone made a Pony OS.
Yeah, I actually I've heard about that. I've been meaning to try it out. I actually think I still have Temple OS.
Chaotic Baby says it was actually from Morse code, but this works too.
That's
a typewriter with 2 keys.
Okay,
That's so dumb.
Hold on. I'm going to ask you a question. How do you have 2 buttons for Morse code?
No. Sorry. No, they meant that instead of source code, they meant horse code.
Oh, for Morse code. Okay. You were on the computer thing. I was like, wait, how do they have 2 buttons for that? That doesn't make any sense.
But Morse code, you could do it, dots and dashes.
Yeah, but the dash is literally an auditory signal tone, which is just longer. So you'd hold the dot button for longer and you screwed everything up. It's a 1-button system. You can't fuck this up. Oh yeah, so Fallout 76, the worst game ever made that causes cancer and it burns women and rapes children.
I was gonna say it sodomized my mother.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, it's not actually that bad. But if we want to be cool on YouTube, we have to talk about how Todd Howard broke into our house and raped our wives.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, that's...
Raped our fields and burned our women.
They raped our fields and burned our women.
That's right. No, raped our cattle and stampeded our women, or what?
Yeah, it's
something like that.
The verbiage becomes, they actually literally raped something, not just figuratively.
Wow, fascinating. Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
But yeah, you said you liked it.
Yeah, and Fallout 76 has a better world space than Fallout 4.
I would have bought it, and we would have live streamed it, but I haven't the money.
But the problem, the only problem that I have with Fallout 76 really is that it all boils down to the fact that they knew they were going to have a PvP mechanic, and so everything's kind of set against balancing for a PvP mechanic and not letting everything get ridiculous. And it's like, just let everything get ridiculous.
I feel like it's a bunch of hermit crabs just kind of like standing off too in the world, like not actually really fighting each other. Like,
no, most everybody's chill.
Yeah.
Like most everybody's chill. The only time I got wanted for anything, and it wasn't even hunted for it, is because I spawned inside of somebody's house.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
And so I had to pick lock my way out.
I know it's DJaz, but DJ Az says, I bet Fallout 76 goes free to play at some point.
Possibly, though I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I think
I'm still pissed that I'm going to have to download another thing to launch a game from other than Steam.
I think it would go free to play once they shut off the main servers, or just at least, for the love of God, local host servers. Please, local host servers, because once we have that, everything's better. You can have whatever mods you want. You can have mods that affect the world space, anything. And you can even have, there'd probably be even people who have synchronized patchers where it downloads the mods for the client that are required for the server.
Mm-hmm.
It would just fucking work.
It just works.
It just works.
It wouldn't be that hard.
No. Not for some of the shit that I've seen that people do to make things work. I've seen people who re-engineered entire games based on understanding the source code enough to recreate the executable.
Mm.
And it's like, fucking what? Yeah.
KCat says local host servers would fix so much, but of course they won't do that because it would kill Atomic Shop.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is once they actually realize it's no longer revenue stream and they're going to have to start figuring out how to make the servers work, like even if they charge for it, even if it's like, here's a $15 DLC or $20 DLC for local host servers, I'm in. Fine. Works for me. We'll go for it. I don't care.
Last place says Fallout California, one of those games you're talking about, Chris. I don't know what they're talking about.
Talking about? What?
Last place says Fallout California, one of those games you're talking about.
I don't know anything about. That. The recreation of the engine. Is that the one where it's the massively multiplayer online Fallout 2? Is that the name of that thing? Somebody actually did do an MMO of the original Fallout. Or I think it is Fallout 1 or Fallout 2, and it's an MMO. And it's like, it's ridiculous. I tried to play it, and I'm like, holy crap, I can't do this.
Well, you weren't good at the first one.
Not really. I got kind of... I put tons of hours into it, and I was like, okay, not much.
KitKat says New California is a mod for New Vegas. Chaotic Baby says, speaking of online Bethesda games, are you going to try out that Skyrim multiplayer mod? It looks amazing. Yeah,
I mean, I think we've been trying to do that at some point. So far, it's still very limited in its capacities.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
It was. It was limited in that you couldn't have synchronized quests or synchronized NPCs. Because they didn't have a way to track the synchronization.
So I'd be talking to somebody and you wouldn't see it?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, or you'd be talking to somebody and they'd be 5 feet away. Or you'd be striking at air, but you'd be actually fighting this thing that for me is over there. It's pretty much you're both alongside each other, but you're kind of like ghosts. It also means you can't double team anything and you can't work together to accomplish a goal.
That's kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you and I always...
Now, they may have fixed that, because really what they're doing is they're catching system calls at that point and handling it that way. So, yeah. Last place says, yes, KCat's got it. A whole new game experience. Yeah.
So, New California mod for New Vegas.
I guess I need to try New California. I haven't played it. Like Miami for Fallout 4, that I think Bobby keeps texting me about, like every 4 months, that he forgets that he texted me about it. And like, hey, what's this? Are they coming out with a new game? And I'm like, no, it's a mod. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah.
Just a mod.
It's just a mod.
I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah.
That somebody would put that much work into it.
But it's effectively just a DLC.
Yeah.
Just like Fallout 76 is a DLC for a DLC. Or no, a mod for Fallout 4.
Right, basically. It's a multiplayer mod for Fallout 4.
It's so much not. Oh, I hate it when people do that. Like the comments for that are the comments that I've seen for Fallout 76 always make me laugh because it's like it's not even a video game. Bethesda is worse than EA.
It's literally cancer. They're actually literally Hitler. That's what you have to go to now. Everybody's Hitler. Everyone that I don't like is Hitler.
But it's like I've seen that. I've seen Bethesda is worse than EA, and I'm like, how do you know anything about Origin? Not Origin, the game platform, Origin, the company, and what happened with that? How do you explain what happened with Madden, NFL football, and what EA did to Bethesda in the first place, and still say that EA is a better company? And that shit's decades old.
Yeah.
Oh. Here's that DJ Ez says, KCAP, please buy Fallout license. With all that sweet Fallout Equestria revenue money
that you can't collect. We'll just crowdfund it. We'll buy it back. We're going to take it back.
I should also have to get it from Hasbro, and getting MLP away from Hasbro right now.
That's not happening.
Blood from Stone doesn't begin. You'd have an easier time taking gravity away from the sun.
Are you proposing a gravity siphon? Because I'm on board.
I don't even know how the fuck way that would work because we're breaking all kind of fundamental laws of the universe here.
Stupid filthy sun stealing all of the universe's gravity. We're going to build one big beautiful gravity siphon and take the gravity back for America.
Yeah, no, but yeah, Fallout 76 has actually been pretty fun. I played it for a bit. I've kind of stopped lately just because I feel like there's not much left for me. So I'm waiting for news of a local host server to come out.
You're going to wait till I can play with you, and you'll be like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
No, I'm gonna wait for you to play, and then I'm gonna show up with my dude who's completely bald with this terrifying looking like gas mask, a clown costume, and a flaming chainsaw. I look like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at a carnival, an evil carnival.
You can only wonder what kind of darkness is behind those black eyes of his.
But it's great because I love running up on new players with that get up and killing everything around them, giving them like throwing out an orbital strike beacon, then giving a thumbs up while the world's largest explosion goes up behind me.
America,
because it really fucks with them.
Oh man, it's good to know you're always making friends. You're kind of benevolent. You know?
Yeah.
You're not hurting him.
No.
You're like, some say he exists. I haven't seen him since I was but a boy.
Isn't Evil Carnival redundant? Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What? You should know. Robert has an aversion to clowns.
I fucking hate him. Like, there's some in-game scenarios in my head that involve clowns. Like, if I'm walking around and it's dark at night and there's like a fucking clown there, like the survival instincts kick in.
Mm-hmm.
Just wake up in a pool of blood and, squeakers everywhere.
Oh yeah, there's a clown mask and clown costume in Fallout 76.
Of course there is. There always is.
Yeah.
It's like playing Super Mario Odyssey, and it's like, oh look, Mario has a clown outfit.
It's funny. There is also a Civil War reenactment site where when the radio is calling you over to it, they actually announce by saying the Confederate Army is gathering in the parking lot.
Last place says, I wonder if anyone has made a Team Fortress team in 76.
Probably not yet, but that is a good idea. That actually is a really good idea.
I think we should make a Fallout Equestria team in Fallout 76.
That would be good. Mm-hmm. Except the game doesn't balance in a way where that would work. Because as soon as somebody has power armor, they are infinitely better than anyone else.
Kind of like in the story.
Yeah.
Steelhooves was infinitely better than everyone else.
Well, not at sneaking.
Well, that is true. He was not good at sneaking.
Because I remember, I think I distinctly remember one scene where Little Pip is trying to sneak, and then you hear his booming voice, and then firing off a grenade machine gun. It's like, well,
hell yeah,
hell yeah, America, Equestria.
See, there's a right way and a wrong way, and the fuck yeah way of doing things.
There is the grenade machine gun in Fallout 76, however.
Yeah.
So you could totally have that build. You could have the build of each of the characters. And they did do one thing for Fallout 76 that I don't think any YouTuber is giving them credit for. They fixed the physics bug. You can now have higher than 60 frame rate, and it won't break the fucking game. So, praise it. 420 praise it.
Praise Celestia's forehoof.
Forehoof?
Forehoof.
Flank?
No, you don't praise her. That's blasphemy.
You heard it here, kids.
Oh.
So has there been anything else you want to bring up?
Well, I don't know. I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah.
I mean, are we still going to try and have tabletop today?
I don't know. I heard that, but I've heard what's this? Oh no,
I haven't heard from everybody in our group. I know where you are.
You get the fuck away from me.
I know where the DM is.
Yeah, no, we've heard no other updates. I'm sure
it's always how it is with tabletop groups.
I'm sure
there's always one guy who just can't get his shit together.
I'm sure the Overmayor will probably be very upset because he slept in and missed the start. And I expect him to wake up in like an hour and be really angry with himself for not going. But I don't know if we'll continue it. So because he's thinking of shelving it.
I mean, I hate it because I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But like people have to show up.
Yep.
It sucks because I was really getting into my character. I was going to make Whoopi with that zebra character.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a thing for stripes. You want what you can't have. I'd like to wipe those stripes. You know what I'm saying? Come here, blank flanks.
I feel like the jokes we could make were so much worse than that, but okay. Get a little bit of that jungle fever. Is that racist?
No, they're zebras.
That makes it worse.
You can't be racist against a zebra.
It's not like they're ponies.
It's not like they're people or anything.
They don't have any free will. They're just animals that talk. Like griffins.
Or cows.
Oh.
Who wants burgers?
Let's see. What did he say? I gotta watch the last episode.
What happened? We got into a town and
Salt Lake City.
Yeah. And was Chaotic Babies talking about Pink Eyes or talking about the tabletop?
I have no idea.
I think Chaotic Babies was asking about the tabletop.
Oh yeah, we got into a town.
Yeah.
Which was not Salt Lake City.
Right. Yeah, the tabletop. Okay. Yeah, and then basically we just had actually of all of them, it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I sit back with the mayor and shoot the shit while drinking.
We join a town and we're looking for work, and the bartender's like, "Oh, you're new in town? I got a bunch of people that need to pay their tab." So we go introduce ourselves to people and then shake them down for cash. And I find this hot young zebra who has a bar tab, and I'm like, "Well, let me buy you a drink."
Which, let's be honest, she played you.
I don't care.
Then again, if you get some at the end of the night, who's playing who?
That's right. Yeah, worked out.
How many generations in the stable did you have to go through?
All right, see you later, last place. Have a good afternoon, evening. I don't know where you are, so if I don't see you again, good afternoon, good morning, and good night.
Evening.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yeah, there you go.
The Harry Truman Show.
Yes.
If only it was the Harry Truman Show. That man started his day with a shot of whiskey every day as he said, to heat the blood. But he didn't drink it all the rest of the day. Didn't touch a drop. But he had a shot of whiskey. He'd get up, have his shower, shave, shot of whiskey, breakfast, and start the day.
He was an early alcoholic.
Yeah, I guess so. I just think that's really interesting. Just a little something to warm the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Goodness gracious. But yeah, I'm trying to think. So I don't know what's going to happen with the tabletop. We made a meme. We made a meme video that has like a bunch of views.
Yeah.
Somebody stole it and then attributed it to us on YouTube, and that got like 6,000 views on.
And
their
it
page.
got
And then somebody on Instagram took it and got 200,000 views there.
Oh, there we go. Should be back by 4. Maybe we still are on.
I was gonna say, I don't know what's up with this group. Like I thought we had an agreement, like 2 to 6, 2 to 6.
Sorry, did you mean 4 to 8?
No, I can't do that. Like, I get all of you childless fuckers just don't care, but for the rest of us, it's a huge time suck. The rest of me,
us, 1.
No, the rest of me. Well, you didn't have to have me. I'm happy to be there, but like Sunday's my one day off.
Yeah,
it's my one day off.
Yeah.
So.
Scout, this is my one day off.
Goodness gracious.
So yeah,
wow, this hangout has gone almost an hour.
Yeah, but I don't really have anything else to add at this time. Yeah. Maybe we'll have something here for you in a bit, depending on how the tabletop session, because we still haven't heard from Winter, Zach, if he's gonna be showing.
Yeah, kind of important.
Yeah, so if we do, we do. If not, oh well.
There will be new stuff coming soon.
Yep.
So thank you very much. This has been a Foally Hangout.
Yep.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.